again, students. Let us pray first. Anyone who wants to lead the prayer? It's nice to meet and see you virtually, class. I have an important reminder to everyone. Use your real name and photo. Use the English language only. Be kind and courteous. Let's treat everyone with respect. Respect everyone's privacy. What's shared in the group should stay in the group. Mute your audios, except if you will answer or ask questions. Always turn on the camera. Do you have any questions, clarifications? Is that all clear? Crystal clear? Alright, let's check the attendance for today. Check the chat box in our Zoom meeting. I already sent the Google Form link for your attendance. Kindly answer the form and provide screenshot or proof that you attend Zoom class for today's session. I will give 5 minutes to submit your attendance. Very good. No one's absent. Before we start, I have a question. What's your first impression to me? Any volunteer? Wow, how about qualities about yourselves? Describe one. Kindly write your answer on a sheet of paper. Are you all done? Anyone who still remember the topic class meeting? Yes, Miss Carpio? Thank you. So, what is verbs? Very good. It is not just an action word but also simply states being or links the subject to its predicate, which intends to describe the subject. Any questions, class? A while ago, I asked about first impression of me and describe your qualities about yourselves. Do you have any observation about that? Yes, correct. There are many words to describe a first impression. Adjectives are generally the best type of first impression words, and it can be a quality of a person.
Let us have an activity jumbled letter. So, what is the word jumbled letter? You are the most blank woman I ever seen. Anyone?
Can I answer, ma'am?
Yes, Miss Galapon.
Ma'am, it's beautiful.
Very good. You are the most beautiful woman I ever seen. So next, he had always been a blank friend. So what's the answer?
Permission to answer, ma'am.
Yes?
I think it's faithful.
He had always been a faithful friend. So that's great. So next, read the sentences on your screen. Who wants to read?
Me, ma'am.
Okay.
The hairstyle of May is beautiful. The hairstyle of Mary is more beautiful than May. Shai's hairstyle is the most beautiful.
Okay, thank you. From the short poem, try to find the degrees of adjectives. So are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I will read, then please listen. What is sweeter? Honey is sweeter than sugar. Coffee is stronger than tea. Juice is better than water. You can't be smarter than me. A peach is sweeter than a cake. A sea is deeper than a lake. A boy is noisier than a bee. A girl is shorter than a tree. Peaches are softer than apples. Carrots are better than rice. Oranges are bigger than lemon. Nothing is colder than ice. So try to find the degrees of adjectives. Anyone who find the degrees of adjectives? Who wants to answer?
Permission to answer, ma'am.
Okay, go on.
The word better.
Okay, thank you. Juice is better than water. That is one of the degrees of adjectives. Better. Okay, next.
Me, ma'am.
Okay, go on.
Stronger.
Okay, very good. Coffee is stronger than tea. So next,
Permission to answer, ma'am.
yes, Miss Galapon.
Sweeter.
Okay, what is sweeter? The sweeter is one of the degrees of adjectives, which is comparative degree. Next,
Me, ma'am.
okay,
The word noisier.
noisier. A boy is noisier than a bee. Okay, next,
Me, ma'am.
okay,
Smarter.
okay, very good. Who wants to answer?
Permission to answer, ma'am.
Okay,
Deeper.
deeper. Yes, eager. Next,
Can I answer, ma'am?
yes, Miss Scarpio.
Bigger.
Very good.
Permission to answer, ma'am.
Go on.
Shorter.
Very good.
Permission to answer then, ma'am.
Okay,
Softer po.
very good.
Can I answer, ma'am?
Yes,
Colder.
nothing is colder than ice. Yes, that's also a degrees of adjectives. Is that all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
As you can notice, all of your answer is correct. That is degrees of adjectives, which is comparative degrees of adjectives. Comparative degree.
All right, before we proceed to our main lesson, what is adjectives? Our lesson for today is all about degrees of adjectives. What is degrees of adjectives? The degrees of an adjective express the intensity of an adjective in increasing order. Every adjective has 3 degrees of its own. There are positive, comparative, and superlative degrees. Examples: In positive degree, we have large, comparative of large is larger, and the superlative of large is largest. Short, shorter, shortest. Small, smaller, smallest. Happy, happier, happiest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Stronger, stronger, strongest. Old, older, oldest. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Many, more, most. Little, less, least. Attractive, more attractive, most attractive. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So that's are the examples of degrees of adjectives. Positive degree. It is the state where only one subject is described. The positive degree signifies quality. It talks about only one thing and it is not being compared with another. Again, it is only one thing and without comparison. Examples: she is a beautiful girl. Mohan is an intelligent boy. Rima is short in height. While in comparative degree, this degree is used to show that two concepts, objects, etc. are either compared or constructed. The comparative degree signifies quality in greater or less degree. The words such as than and to are used after a comparative adjective in a sentence. Examples: a bus is bigger than a car. A bed is heavier than a chair. John is taller than Sarah. A professor is senior to a lecturer. He is junior to me. She is senior to me. Superlative degree. It shows comparison among three or more objects, persons, ideas, etc. The superlative degree signifies quality in the greatest or least degree. In other words, a superlative adjective expresses that one thing is surpassing all the other things in terms of certain characteristics. Example: Lester is the tallest boy in the class. It means that Lester is surpassing all the boys of his class in tallness. No other boy in his class is taller than Lester. It makes a comparison of the height of Lester and all other students of his class. The words such as in and of are used after a superlative degree in the sentence. Since a superlative degree specifies one thing, person, or place in comparison to all others, the article the should always be used before a superlative degree in a sentence. Examples: he is the most brilliant student in his class. David is the best player in the team. He is the richest person in the town. A superlative degree compares one thing with other things. The other things may sometimes not be mentioned in the sentence. Examples: a train is the fastest vehicle. The easiest way to lose weight is to avoid sugary foods. This is the best book I ever studied. I will play the video. Please watch and listen. Try also to answer some activities in the video.
Welcome everyone! In this video, we will be talking about degrees of adjectives. Adjectives have 3 degrees. These are positive, comparative, and superlative degrees. The positive degree is used to describe one noun or pronoun. The comparative degree is used to compare two nouns or pronouns. And the superlative degree is used to compare three or more nouns or pronouns. Let's take smart as an example. In the positive degree, you do not need to add anything to the adjective. So, the positive degree of smart is still smart. Now, let us use it in a sentence. Joe is a smart student. In this sentence, smart describes only one person, and that is Joe. Now, let's have the comparative degree. Let's use it in a sentence. Ned is smarter than Joe. As we can see in this sentence, there are two nouns being compared, Ned and Joe. And smart became smarter. And this is one way of forming the comparative degree of an adjective. We add er to it. Now, let us see what happens to the adjective smart when it is used to compare three or more nouns. Let us use it in a sentence. Lee is the smartest student in the class. In this sentence, Lee is being compared against all other students in the class. And smart became smartest. And this is one way of forming the superlative degree of an adjective. We add est to it. Now, I'll show you another way of forming the comparative and superlative degrees. Let's take interesting as an example. The positive degree of interesting is still interesting. Let's use it in a sentence. Math is an interesting subject. In this sentence, interesting is used to describe only one subject, which is math. Now, let's use interesting to compare two nouns and let us see what happens to it. Science is more interesting than math. As we can see, there are two subjects being compared in the sentence, science and math. What happened to the adjective interesting? It became more interesting. And this is another way of forming the comparative degree of an adjective. We put more before it. What about the superlative degree of interesting? Let's use it in a sentence. English is the most interesting subject in school. This sentence means that English is being compared against all other subjects in school. And interesting became most interesting. And this is another way of forming the superlative degree of an adjective. We add most before it. Did you get it? The question is, when do we add er and est, or more and most? To answer this question, let me show you the following rules. For one-syllable adjectives, add er to their comparative forms and est to their superlative forms. For example, short, shorter, shortest. Warm, warmer, warmest. Next, for one-syllable adjectives that end in e, drop the e before adding er to their comparative forms and est to their superlative forms. For example, safe, safer, safest. Another one, nice, nicer, nicest. Okay, next. For one-syllable adjectives that end in a consonant with a vowel before it, double the consonant before adding ER or EST, like big, bigger, biggest, thin, thinner, thinnest. Next rule. For two-syllable adjectives that end in Y, change Y to I before adding ER to their comparative forms and EST to their superlative forms. For example, easy, easier, easiest, lovely, lovelier, loveliest. Next rule. For most two-syllable adjectives not ending in Y and three-syllable adjectives, use the form more plus adjective for comparative and most plus adjective for superlative. For example, peaceful, more peaceful, most peaceful. Expensive, more expensive, most expensive. There are also adjectives that have irregular comparative and superlative forms. For example, good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, many or much, more, most, far, farther, or further, farthest, or furthest, little, less, least. Alright, I know there are quite a lot to remember, so to help you remember those rules, let us have an activity. Your task is to choose the correct form of the adjective to complete the sentence. Number 1. My drawing is blank than yours. Colorful, more colorful, or most colorful? The answer is more colorful. Why? Because in this sentence, there are two nouns being compared. My drawing and your drawing. So we have to use the comparative degree. Next, Jane is the blank runner in our group. Fast, faster, fastest. The answer is fastest, because in this sentence, Jane is being compared against all other runners in their team or group. So we have to use the superlative degree. Next sentence. The blue whale is the blank animal in the world. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. The answer is heaviest, because in this sentence, the blue whale is being compared against all other animals in terms of their weights.
Since you already have groupings, let us have a group activity. I know every group has group chat in Messenger app, right? Alright, every members of the group, please take time to cooperate. Help each other and do brainstorming. Reminder to everyone that this is group activity, so everyone will give idea to answer or finish the activity successfully. Directions. Each group will make a short story or poem that includes the 3 degrees of adjectives. Afterwards, make a short video presentation about your work and identify the degrees of adjectives that you used. Note, every member should participate and can be seen. The video is minimum of 3 minutes and maximum of 5 minutes each group. Submit your work in our group chat on or before December 3, 2021, Friday. Let us have a short review of our lesson being discussed. Comment your answer on the message, chat, and Zoom meeting. What is adjectives? How many degrees of adjectives has? What are the degrees of adjectives? Differentiate the degrees of adjectives. Directions. Complete the table below. The positive adjectives are given. Now, write the comparative and superlative degree. Directions. Construct at least 10 sentences using the positive, comparative, and superlative adjectives. Write your answer on a piece of paper, then take a picture and send to our group chat. For your assignment, directions, answer the following questions. What is adverb? What are the kinds of adverb? What is the difference between adjectives and adverb? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for listening and your participation. Keep safe. Bye.